Hello everyone, welcome to Swindler's Den. We're back with Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden, here with this group. A couple of quick announcements before we introduce them. Be sure to join us on Sunday, because we are back for Phandelver Season 2, Session 2, this Sunday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as the same time the next day, Monday, is Amoris, our homebrew campaign. And those are our games going on, other than Icewind Dale, of course, on Wednesdays. Be sure to follow all the socials. Otherwise, I don't think we have any other announcements. Grizz is fixing things, so I won't bother him currently, but we're going to introduce players. So let's start with Bumbleskum.
Hey, it's your boy Bumbleskum. You can find me on Twitter at Bumbleskum.
Who do you play?
Oh, you want that info?
Okay,
yeah, I guess. I figured it didn't matter. We're all dying today.
Yeah, sure.
So I play Heinlein Swornsword, the human paladin.
Next we have Dyto.
Hello, I'm Dyto. I play Mila the tiefling sorcerer. He's probably going to die tonight. You can find me on Twitter at Dyto11. And you can catch me on Weave the Tale on Fridays playing Cult, which is even scarier than this game, if you can believe that. And then here again on Mondays.
We have TommieTaco.
What's up? I'm TommieTaco, and I play Zavros Winerim, the half-elf ranger. You can find me here on Swindler's Den Wednesdays and Sundays. Hopefully, in the near future, it will be every Sunday. And you can check me out on my Twitch, and I'll be doing some artwork as well as painting miniatures that I've been printing out recently. Yeah.
We have Dr. Phage.
Hello. I do not plan on dying tonight. I have the will of a survivor. But I'm playing Axel, the human fighter. And this is the only place I play games.
And then we have Grizlocke.
Hey, trying to fix some audio issues over here, but you can check me out on all things Grizlocke and Swindler's Den. We're not getting any game sound is what I'm trying to fix.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll go ahead with the intro then while you're working with that. Summary, recap, if you will. So last time, our party headed to the Lonely Wood, the town northmost in Icewind Dale, which is settled within a large forest. There they met with Speaker Nimsy Huddle, who had essentially sent for Zavros to come and deal with a white beast that was terrorizing the town, killing loggers that were working there. They arrived and spoke with her, and after getting a little bit more information and a place to sleep, they headed over to the tavern to get some more information. They dealt with a ghost that had possessed Mila previously, and then after that, they continued to try and find more information about this white beast. Soon, they were talking with some of the loggers as they came in from work, and suddenly, one burst in, claiming that a large white moose had come and killed one of the people he was working with out at the logging camp before running off. Our group head out to see if they could get some more information on where this moose could have went. They had a little bit of problems. They searched around, checked the body, and those kind of things, but decided it was best to head back after a few missed attempts at finding this moose. Head back for the morning. They went, rested up a little bit, came back, and started their hunt again. It was a little slow to begin with. But eventually they decided to split up and try and flush the moose out, with Heinlein and Orlin setting a tree ablaze, Axel and Mila hitting a tree with an axe to try and replicate loggers, and Zavros up in a tree scouting the area. Zavros was able to spot the white moose before it took off into the forest when he put an arrow into it, and they gave chase. Following the moose's tracks, they were able to find a magically hidden elven tomb that they took some time to explore, see if they could find any information out, as well as locate the white moose. They found a few different things, including a sarcophagus and some kind of moon dial, before they head inside of the hill that was on the western side of the Elven tomb, where they found a lot of sleeping animals who seemed to be orphaned or taking shelter there. After talking with one of the bears, Zavros got some information, and they all started scuttling out as our party went deeper into this hillside. They found a few locked doors that had symbols of half moons upon them, and a large mirror that seemed to be secured to the wall through some kind of magical glue. Mila turned back to see if she can find any more information on how to get these doors open, and saw that one animal had remained, a large white snowy owl with piercing yellow eyes. And as it watched her come in, and she called for Zavros to come and potentially talk to this owl, the entrance to the hole was covered by a large figure, which I'll show you. If everybody saw the thumbnail for the YouTube video, you know what it looks like already, but I'll show you guys on screen as well. As the large blood-stained white moose covered the exit. And as it begins to charge into the room, I need initiative.
Alright.
As I remove everybody.
Right into it, huh? This is
Right
here we
into
go.
it.
6.
So yeah, I think I have to turn up this music. Yeah, I do.
I got a nat 20.
Ooh,
23.
not too shabby.
6.
Just
Oh, so this makes sense.
15.
The two who are in danger are up in the front. That makes sense.
yes. So only Zavros and Mila are in this room. The other three are still in this hallway, not too far away from them, but far enough. Zavros got a 23 hot dog.
First roll of the night's a nat 20. All my other ones are going to be terrible, so let's do this.
Orlin got a 6. Mila got a 13. Axel an 8. Oh wait, that's not Axel. That's Heinlein. Heinlein got a 6 as well. Axel got an 8. So I'll just move everybody into a lot of. What's the dex between Orlin and Heinlein?
I'm 15.
2.
So also
14.
2.
Okay, so
He's got the
Orlin
higher
will be
dex.
first with the 15.
Yep.
Zavros, this moose is coming charging into this room. What do you do?
So where that bear was at, you said that bear was like on a ledge?
No, there is a snowy owl that's kind of perched up on a where a torch would be, but the bear that was there previously would have been just sleeping on the floor.
Oh, he was
So
okay.
this is
Because
a
I was trying to
platform.
reimagine how the room looked, so I didn't know
Yeah,
if
so
like, the
it's
bear was
almost a
kinda higher up.
tier-shaped room. You're in like the point of the tier that goes back into a hall.
Yeah,
that kind
that
of
leads
goes
out into
down.
hallways.
But otherwise, it's a flat floor. There are 3 statues closer to the wall that the moose is coming from.
All right. Okay. Well, what I want to do is, so the way we're positioned is Mila behind me. Like this moose would have to hit me to get to Mila.
You're kind of side by side right now, and Mila is directly in front of the moose currently. And she's about 25 feet away from it. So you're like
Okay,
right
I
next
wanna
to each other.
Yeah, I want to move in front of Mila.
All right.
And I'm gonna have my bow like in my hand with like my hands out, and I'm going to cast Speak with Animal.
All right. You cast Speak with Animal, and what do you say?
I'm going to say, sorry about the arrow. Please don't attack us. I just want to talk with you real quick.
I have to attack you. It's my orders.
Oh shit.
All right.
I guess that's it. Because
Guess that's
it's
it,
an
all right.
action to cast that spell. I just wanted to get in front of Mila, so it would hit me instead of her.
So, speaking of, the moose is next, and it charges you. Fortunately, you were able to close enough distance that it doesn't get its full charge speed in, but it is going to hit you with its antlers as it comes running forward.
Alright.
It's a 14 to hit.
Oh, I think that... Oh, he makes it. Like, my AC
Yep,
is a
thanks for
14. Damn it! Kill me, Dungeon Daddy.
This might. 14 damage.
I'm down.
This is
Because
gonna
I
go
stuck my
well.
hand in the fire. All because I stuck my hand in
Yeah,
the
that's
fire.
right. You previously burned yourself and fell out of a tree, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Orlin or Zavros, not Orlin. Sorry, he's down.
So yeah, this moose just hits Zavros and knocks him down instantly. And turns to you, Mila. Because guess what? This moose has 2 attacks. And he's gonna try and like kick out with his hooves. 23.
That's gonna hit.
All right. Well, luckily the hooves aren't as devastating as the antlers are. That's 7 damage to you. And that is the moose's turn. Mila, it is your turn.
I am first gonna scream, "There's a moose, and Zavros is down! Help!" And then I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar.
What does that do?
I was hoping it would actually post the...
Strength saving throw?
It is a strength saving throw. I will post the description
It got a nat 1.
Ooh.
of it. Yeah, so like kind of out of her pocket, these like silvery like tentacles come out. These like silvery black and blue tentacles come out. So strength saving throw. So he's gonna take 2d6 necrotic damage. So 8.
The first one is no wait, that's yeah, no, that's right. So yeah, you already did 9 damage from the initial roll, from the initial post. So
Oh,
we'll go with
sorry,
that
I
9.
didn't see that.
Yep, that's fine.
And it can't take reactions until its next turn. So I am going to then.
I have a very important
Back.
thing I need
No,
to
I don't
say.
want to back away because then my arms go with me. I think that's how that works.
I have a very important thing to mention. 2 things.
Yeah.
First of all, so it's all creatures within 10 feet.
Yes.
So that includes Zavro
It does.
and the owl.
The owl isn't close enough.
Oh, well, I tried.
So Zavros, you take 1 death saving fail.
And I'm
Sweet.
gonna move around and behind it so that if the other people come out, it's just in its 10-foot range. So it's just hitting the moose. So I'm behind it, but since it's a 10-foot sphere, it's just hitting the outskirts of him.
I can do that
So
for
does
you.
this thing hit me or not?
Yes, because the initial
Yes.
casting was next to you.
Okay.
So Mila kind of moves herself around to be near the opening of the cavern. And Axel, it is your turn. You hear Mila shouting, and you are in this hallway with the other 2 guys.
I mean, I don't know how long this hallway is. I'll take how much ever movement it takes for me to get where things are happening.
25 of your movement gets you to the opening of the hall, and you can see the moose and Zavros is down, and Mila's kind of by the entryway. You still have 5 feet of movement, and you can get up to the moose's turn if you wanted.
Okay, yeah, then I'm going to rush up to the moose, seeing that Zavros is already down, and I'm going to swing my pick at him. Or 18.
18 will hit.
Uh, 11 damage total.
You swing at this pickaxe into this moose that's being held by these tendrils. And swing right through that tendrils and make contact with the moose itself. For a big hit.
I am then going to action surge to attack again.
All right, sounds good. That'll hit.
22 to hit. Perfect. For another 7 damage.
Yes. Seeing Zavros down, you're able to pull a little more energy to bring the war pick around again and hit the moose once again. Not as much purchase as last time, but still a big, meaty hit. All right.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Sorry, real quick. I just read that the duration is instantaneous, so they don't stay there. So since it can't use its reaction, I'm gonna move my movement away from it to where the other people are coming from.
Okay,
instead.
you're gonna go down the hall. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it stayed up and it was a concentration, but it's not.
No worries. Put you back there. All right, Orlin, it is your turn.
How far out of the room was I?
You would also be 25 feet. I kind of
Okay.
put you all in the hall, but since you weren't able to pick, you're all kind of making that same speed to get there. So.
Cool. I'll run in, and I'm just gonna cast Magic Missile at it.
All right, go for it. Do the damage.
5, 5, 4. Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 14
Can you
is
even get a
Axel. You're
5?
swinging your. What was
if
that?
You roll, never mind. If you roll 4 plus the 1, okay, never mind.
Yep.
It's like I don't think you can even roll a 5.
So Axel's you're swinging your pickaxe or your war pick through this thing. A bunch of like magical beams start blasting into this moose from behind you as Orlin joins the fight. Yeah, you see Zavros is laying on the ground unconscious, having been gored by this moose's horns. Heinlein.
All right. So I'll take my pace. I'll get 30 feet. Do I see the what?
Yep, your 30 gets you right up to the moose. You are right next to Zavros's down body and Axel as well.
Okay, cool. Bonus action. So I'm going to go up to him and be like, all right, now that I understand that you're working for someone, I think this makes it a little bit more understanding. But you see, I challenged you to a duel the other day, and I think we're going to see it through. And so I'm casting Compelled Duel.
All right.
So it's a DC 11.
On Wisdom?
Yeah. Yes.
Got an 18.
Okay. Well, whatever. It happens. So then I'll just attack him. 16.
A 16 will hit.
Okay.
With 10 damage.
10 damage. Let me. I don't know. When you hit a creature with a melee weapon, you can spend one spell slot to deal radiant damage. All right, so I'm gonna do a divine smite on it as well.
All right, go for it.
So it's just 2d8.
2d8. Yep.
Oh, sorry, it's a modifier on here, so I'm just gonna have to roll it. Let me just.
Yeah, divine smite's weird with trying to get.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
3.
Ooh,
Crazy.
It's a big 3. So you slash through this moose, and a white light comes out. Or I mean, you can.
I imagine. Yeah, it's more of like a. I think between me and the moose, we understand. Like, there's like a weird spiritual force behind it, as my conviction slays through him for 3 extra damage.
All right. Don't need to worry about that. Zavros, whisper me a death saving throw, please.
That is just a flat roll, right? There's nothing gets added
just
to
a
that.
D20.
Okay, because this makes it so much easier, so I don't have to type anything in. I can just click the GM and then roll a D20.
Mm-hmm. I think that went through, right? Yes. Okay, cool. All right. It is now Samoose's turn. Let's see how many he takes out this round. Highland, you just slash through this moose, and he turns and just swings these enormous, like, 6-foot wide antlers. Probably bigger, actually. I'm not up to date on my moose antler spread. He rolled bad. Rolled at 9.
Oh yeah. He tries to like do it, and I just like bring up my shield and stop him right in his tracks and throw him off.
As he like glances off of your shield, and he brings his hooves around at Axel to try and kick him. Also rolled bad. 12.
Just like push him away. Like, grab the leg. I'm like, no. No, not today.
Mila, it is your turn. You're kind of down this hallway. So I don't think you have line of sight on him right now. Yeah, actually you do. Yeah, you have line of sight of him from this hallway.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bonus action to spend 2 sorcery points to regain a spell slot. And then I'm gonna just poke my head around, and I'm gonna cast Mind Sliver.
Right.
Which is an intelligence saving throw.
All right. 13.
So he makes. So nothing happened.
Nothing happened. You try and cast this on the moose, and he's able to shrug it off, being a little bit smarter than your average moose. And we move to Axel.
Sorry, I forgot that I was next. I'm gonna hit him. That's all I can do. I got one thing again. Oh, only a 10 though.
10
only
misses.
a 10.
As you like push these hooves away as it's coming around, you try to swing your war pick at it, but it's continuing this momentum, and you kind of miss as it goes kind of goes side to you and keeps coming around. Orlin.
That's all I got.
Yeah, no worries.
Time to pay the toll. And I'll throw out a bunch of the ash and cast Toll the Dead.
Alright. Wisdom save?
Yeah.
He makes it with a 17.
Son of a gun. I think that's it. I don't think I have any bonus actions.
Alright. Heinlein, it is now your turn. Savras, what are you doing?
Didn't mean to do that.
It is
I
Heinlein's
thought when
turn.
it said show spell description,
Heinlein,
I thought
yeah.
it would just show me as a drop down, and it didn't.
Okay. I know you're just doing what your master told you to do, so understand that when I say this is nothing personal, but I will be taking you out, and I hope that you can fight to your last breath. And I slash at him once more. Oh, actually, I can't do. Oh yeah, never mind. I did. Okay, that's right. 20.
20 will hit.
All right, so that's 7 damage.
That is 7 damage. Just 1 second, I'm checking something here. Okay, cool. Alright, yeah, you slash through him for 7 damage, and this moose is starting to look haggard. It's mostly covered in its own blood rather than the blood of its victims at this point, as it's barely holding on. I'm just checking something for future dates. Alright, cool. Zavras, whisper me another death saving throw, please.
Let me die.
No.
It's possible on this turn. Alright. This is the moose's turn. As it's coming back around again, this time it's just gonna brush its antlers forwards to trying to hit Axel. It's rolling like crap. 15 to hit.
Misses. Big old shield.
And then it rears up and tries to come down with its hooves on you as well. 9. It got one good attack in. It's like, no more. Alright. Mila.
Yeah, I'm gonna step around and kind of behind Orlin, but to the side a little bit. Well, it seems my mind tricks aren't working, so let's see how fire does. I will cast Firebolt at for a 20, so it's 5 fire damage.
5 fire damage. Yeah, you shoot these firebolts at this moose as it's coming down with its hooves and kind of glances off of Axel and gets hit with this firebolt. And as it's burning the fur off, or the hide off of its face, it collapses. The moose is down. Axel, it's your turn.
Can I then turn to Zavros and check on how he's doing.
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Okay. 17.
17. Yeah, you are able to stabilize Zavros.
Where were you at?
Thank
Not today,
you.
my friend. Not today.
Thank you.
Doing one. 2 deaths, 1 save.
Oh,
Yeah, that was on 2 death bells in 1 save.
Orlin.
the moose is dead, right?
Yeah.
Zavros is stable.
Zavros is stable. Moose is dead. What do you want to do?
I don't know. What's left to do?
I don't know.
Is he over
looking
at
around?
Exo?
It'll be okay. Probably needs to sleep it off for a while, but we'll get him back to town. It'll be all right.
All right, good. I'll go walk over to the moose.
Alright.
And I'll take out my dagger and I'm just gonna stab it somewhere, like the neck or something, just to make sure it's dead. That'll be my turn.
Alright, you stab it and it appears to be dead.
Definitely
But
dead.
as you stab it, you hear a screech as something comes flying past your head and misses. Like you feel the gust of wind as something comes past. It just misses as you kneel down to stab this moose, and you see the owl landing on one of the statues in the room, with the northernmost statue from you guys.
Keep an eye out at the thing.
Heinlein.
I'm not real much one for hitting things up in the sky, so I'll leave that to you guys. And I'll come down and I'll instead I'll brush Orlin aside so I can just cleave down with my sword and behead the moose, the best I can.
All right, yeah, that's easy enough. It's down. You can take the moose's head off here. You hear this sickening thud as it goes through. Like it. Actually, roll, because this is a thicker neck. Roll an attack.
Seven.
Yeah, it kind of thuds into the neck and gets stuck and goes in just a little ways. You aren't able to take it off this turn, though.
Okay.
As you guys see the owl landing on the statue, you see it start to change shape. As it's doing so, like as it's gaining hands, it starts coming down the statue a little bit. And in front of you, I should have had this out. It's always this way, isn't it? You start to see.
Well, I mean, the last time you said there would be no problems, everyone rolled terribly. So I'm glad you didn't say that at the start of this session.
You start to see this woman with matted brown hair, pale skin, lots of furs. You can see the bear claws that are on her shoulders, and these blue lips that you have heard previously from the bear that was in this room. As she says, You'll pay for killing my greatest warrior. I think that's all she can do, though. Unfortunately. Yes. That is all she can do, is change her shape. Stavros, you are stabilized. The moose is dead. Mila.
How far away is this person from me?
From you, because you've been kind of peeking in and out of this. You can't really see her actually from where you're at, because she's on the northernmost side of the room, where you can see all the way down to the southern side where she was perched, but she moved around in. It's kind of a tier-shaped room. So you'd have to kind of go around the corner. But if you were to get to the corner, she's 25 feet away.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I'll move up to the corner so that I can see her. And I will attempt Mind Sliver again. I will try and pierce her mind again.
Right.
So it's a DC 13 intelligence save.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
She failed.
Oh, so she takes 6 psychic damage,
Ooh, that's good.
and you subtract a d4 from her next saving throw.
All right. Axel, you are you're currently about 20 feet from her, so not too far. This room's pretty small, so
Okay, I'm going to get up because I was probably bent over Zavros just as I was making sure he was okay. But I'm going to pick my war pick up, point it at her, start walking towards her, and say, "You serve the goddess Oriel, correct?"
I do, yes.
Then
She
I am
shall
one
continue
step closer.
ruling these lands.
Then I am one step closer to my destiny, and I'm going to run over to her and swing my war pick at her head. Ooh, only 12 though.
Only 12, though, is unfortunately not good enough as she kind of sidesteps your war pick. Says, if it's your destiny, you have a long way to go.
Look, it's a work in progress. The speech was very good, attack, not so much.
Orlin, it is your turn.
Well, then this will give me great pleasure. I will cast Toll the Dead on her.
All right, and what kind of save?
Pathetic. Wisdom.
Hey, speaking of pathetic, she got an 11.
Well, she takes 3 damage. Unless she's already wounded, then she takes 2.
She is.
Oh, but she takes 2 damage. Damn it.
Oh, that sucks. All right. She takes that 2 damage as these as I recall, spectral hands start grabbing at her, trying to pull her down. What's your name? Heinlein.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll just seeing her transform, blade stuck in the moose's neck. I flip it up, blood splurts with it. And then I just, calmly walk over to her. I'm sorry, but this is just the way things are. I know you're just trying to follow your master's orders, but let's see if you can actually fulfill those duties, and then I'll swing at her.
All right, go for it.
Fucking
7. Yeah, she just kind of sidesteps you as well. You are all a lot of talk. I'm surprised you were able to take down my moose. And that being said, I had a spell, and now I want a different one. Because you guys are being mean.
Does the spell cure wounds on your enemies?
No. So she raises her hands up, and the room starts to fill with this blustering wind, and snow starts pelting all of you. I need dexterity saving throws, please, from everybody. Zavros, you're gonna fail this, so get ready to start rolling again, my dude. We got a 12, a 14, a 17, and I need... Heinlein got a 10. So, what's your spell save do here?
Mila clearly succeeded because she was far off into the cave, where the wind couldn't get her.
So,
Exactly.
Orlin and Heinlein, you, Mila and Axel are... Mila can kind of take shelter behind one of these walls, and Axel can kind of brings his Goliath strength into taking all of this snow damage. Oh, it's a lot more damage than I thought it'd be. Hold on. So... Zavros, so what's your max HP, by the way?
My max HP is 20.
Okay, cool. You'll be fine then. 15 damage to Heinlein and Orlin. And actually, you do take half if you aren't there, so it's 7 to Mila and Axel. As you're just pelted by
Is that cold damage?
Oh, that's right. Some of it is cold damage. So actually, you only take 2 damage, because only 4 of it was bludgeoning. Yes, 15 to Orlin and Heinlein, 4 to Axel, 7 to Mila. Zavros, you're going to be on death saving throws again. You don't get one right away. You get one when you start rolling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I believe so.
Oh, okay. So then let me take that off then.
Yeah, I don't
mean,
think
just
you
went
get
ahead
one
and
down.
right away because you're stabilized technically. So,
Mila's
yeah.
down. Shit.
Mila's down.
He was down.
Anybody else down from that?
Nope. Down to 3 because of my false
cool.
life.
And then she is going to attempt to move away. So both Axel and Heinlein will get an opportunity attack.
She knows that we won't hit. Oh, no.
Axel does.
Ooh.
Heinlein does. Heinlein does.
Island
So-
does. Holy crap. 10.
So 10 and 10, double 10s for big 20 damage. You both get after you both kind of shake off this ice storm that just pelted into you. You both slash her as she makes her way out of the room. And is outside currently.
Okay.
Zavros, this has been a good fight for you. Can I get whispered a death saving throw, please? Sorry to do this to you
No.
on your
No.
hunch.
One, baby! No, I'm just kidding.
Give me that fucking nat
Nat
one.
20.
Come on, give me nat once.
Would be nice.
Okay. It wasn't a crit fail or a crit success. That's all I can tell you. Moose is dead. Mila, you need to make a death saving throw. I forgot you were down as well. Whisper that to me, please. Cool. Axel, 2 of your friends are down behind you, and the Druid is making her escape. What do you do?
How was she looking after taking those 2 hits from Heinlein and I?
I mean, not great, but not like she's gonna collapse in any second. She looks like she still has quite a bit of energy in her.
Axel. Axel.
Yes.
You guys deal with your friends. Sorry, he's like hard to move and like hard to breathe because of like the cold winds. Go help your friends.
I would also like to kill the Druid lady though, so this is a hard decision.
At the cost of your friends, I don't have as much here in this cave going on for me. I can go out there. But right now, both your friends seem to have hit the floor pretty hard. I think Zavros has been hit multiple times since he's dropped the moose.
I'm going to clap Heinlein on the shoulder and say, "Friend, you may have more to do in this world still, and if we both survive, that is 2 people to help our friends." And I'm going to charge out, and I'm going to hit the Druid, or try to hit the Druid with my war pick again.
Yep, you can get there and go for a swing. You make this big speech about Heinlein still has much to do, charge out, and just wildly swing your war pick and miss her as she's trying to flee. Orlin.
Okay. I run up to the point where I can see the woman. I don't know how much she got away.
Yep, you can get out to see her. She's about 20 feet away when she gets to the opening.
Cool, yeah, I just get into a position where I can see her, and I let loose 3 streaks of light. The missiles flying through the air.
9 damage.
9.
All right. Yeah, they like swerve around Axel and impact into her from either side. Heinlein, it is your turn.
Again, barely standing, seeing Axel and Orlin going after the Druid. I turn around and I hobble my way over to Zavros, and I kneel down, and I reach in for there's a stone that I keep like within my armor, and I hold on to it, and it's like this every goddamn time. Every goddamn time. People understand. And you like, I'll like clench it, and then I'm going to collapse unconscious. In doing so, I'm like giving 10 lay on hands to Zavros.
Alright.
As I like fall onto him in the spirit. And then also, since I'm technically up, I guess I don't know. Should I? I don't know. Okay, so like, I don't know what's up with the stone or what I do with it specifically, because it's not an item.
Yeah, let me look at it again quick, because I need to refresh myself as well.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd be using it right now.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
apparently no one wants to help their friend.
Separate times,
Nobody
am I
can.
But you can stabilize him. That's a pretty important thing.
So it's an action if you want to use this.
Okay.
So you already use your lay on hands.
I use my lay on hands already, so I'll wait till next round for that. But as far as I'm considered, I'm unconscious.
Yes. All right. Cool. It is the Druid's turn. It says, "You haven't given up yet, I see." As you once again feel wind rushing through this this kind of flat circular area where the moon dial is. You're kind of like fighting underneath the moon dial at this point. And Axel, I need a strength saving throw from you, please.
I'm way better at those than 21 bit.
So anyone, you succeed, but as this wind comes whipping through, creating this almost like a wall in front of you guys, you do take a little bit of damage still. 16 half to 8 damage, bludgeoning, as it's like bringing up rock and debris from the higher ground around you.
I'm going to use my reaction to do Stone's Endurance to reduce that by 8. So I take 0 damage.
Take 0 damage, but there is now this wall of wind in between the two of you. And you're like in the wall currently because you took that damage. But then she's gonna attempt to move if you want to make a attack against her.
Okay.
Yeah, you try to bring your war pick through this wall of wind, and it like catches it as you're trying to come through, and she's able to slip away once again, getting 30 feet further out, and it actually makes it outside of the circle that you are in currently. Zavros, you are at 10 HP and prone. Yeah, Heinlein is just passed out next to you.
So my eyes jut open. I'm like, oh my, what the hell? And I kind of scan the room real quick. I see a moose that's partially decapitated. I see Heinlein laying next to me. I see Mila. Mila's still down?
Yep, Mila is still unconscious behind you.
Yeah, she's laying on the ground next to me.
And Orlin's kind of in the
behind a
opening
wall.
to this cavern.
There's a lot of shit going on. So I'm going to look, and I just happen to, like, oh, man, I don't know what's going on right now since Heinlein's
Orlin is in
pretty
the
much...
opening, if you wanted to talk to him at all.
Well, right now there's a lot of adrenaline going on, so it's not
Yes,
that I'm wanting
fair
to talk to anyone. I see Heinlein laying across my body as I go to, like, moving out of the way to stand up. But I don't know what the fuck is wrong with it. So this is where RP messes with mechanics. I need to find out what's going on with Heinlein.
Yeah, do a medicine check.
Oh. Here we go. Give me something good.
15. Yeah.
Yeah.
You kind of feel for his vitals, and he seems to be breathing just fine, and heart rate's fine and everything. He just seems to have overexerted himself in some way that he would have passed out.
And would you count that as my action to do that?
Yes.
Okay. With that, I'll just turn and be like, "Who the hell is that girl?" And that'll be my turn.
The druid is not in sight of you currently.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yep, no
Okay.
worries.
I'm just gonna shout, "What the hell happened?"
Witch attacked.
I will. Yep, Orland will hear that. Yes. So it is the moose is dead. Mila, I need another death saving throw from you, please. Okay. Axel, she's running away from you, and you're currently swept up in a wind wall.
The plan was always I was gonna do one more attack, so I'm gonna only one more attack, so I'm gonna go back in, evaluate, see that Zavros is up, so I'll go over to Mila.
You aren't
To
quite
stabilize
able to make
her.
it to her yet.
Okay.
Actually, wait, you might be able to. 1 second. Nope, you're just not able to make it to her.
Then that's all I got. I mean, I'll use my action to dash just on next to her, but
Okay, cool.
that
Yeah.
takes my turn. So
You get up next to her. Orlin, you currently cannot see the druid. She's made it outside of the circle.
Okay, I can't see her, but is it because of the wind wall, or is it because of my positioning?
Little of both.
Okay.
Because you saw them go out into this courtyard. You saw this wind wall come up, and you kind of saw the figure of her moving out of the courtyard area.
If I come like up to the wind wall, can I now see her? Like past it?
You can move. Give me a free intelligence check as you're moving up to this thing.
Why is my mouse not working? Oh no, I can't get to my character sheet.
Uh-oh.
There it goes. Okay, I need to adjust this during the break. Intelligence check, did you say? Sorry.
Yep, intelligence check.
12. Wow.
Yeah, and you're versed enough with the arcane. You kind of like put your hand out as you come up to this wind wall, and it kind of sweeps through, and it doesn't seem to be hurting at all, but it kind of takes your hand a little bit. You can put together that this thing essentially would just stop projectiles from flying through it, and it isn't going to hurt you at all. So you'd be able to move through it and get sight of her.
Okay, I'll take a step through it.
All right. You see her getting outside of the courtyard area.
And I'll like send like essentially a shadow from the ground, like follows the ground and goes underneath her, and then the arms come up again. As I attempt to hold the dead son of a. I hate this
She
spell.
passed anyway. So yeah, like as this spectral being tries to grab her as she's sprinting away, and it stops just short of her to try and grab her.
If I have any
Heinlein.
movement left, I want to move back through the wall. I don't know if I
Nope,
do.
you wouldn't be able to
Okay.
move at all. Yep, that was your full movement. It is Heinlein's turn.
Okay, so now I think I would want the stone to activate.
All right, let me go back to that page. So as an action, I believe I got the picture in here, right? I know it. Okay, let me read it. I was trying to get ready for this. Choose this, download this, get that, open that. So as an action, you can use a stone. And it appears within 30 feet of you. So is there any... Would it be right next to you?
No, I think it would appear closest to the exit.
Let's just say exit. Cool. So everybody that is in this room, except for Mila, because you're still currently down, you see from Heinlein like this ghastly gas starts to come out of like he's clutching onto something, and next to the opening you see this spirit of what appears to be an orc standing there.
I want to make the note that he also has like a cavity in his chest is just like ripped open. Also.
Okay. And did you want him to do anything?
I don't know the exact rules on it. But preferably his goal would be to like fulfill my goal, which is to defeat the witch.
Cool. So yeah, he like all of you in this room see this ghostly orc spirit appear in the opening. And it's like its back's turned to you, and then it turns with these pupilless eyes, and you see this kind of hole in its cavity, or in its chest cavity, and then it turns back and starts making its way outside. And it dashes up. And Zavros, you see this spirit come dashing out of the hall and right up to the druid. Not able to attack this turn, but it is up there. So in case she tries to run, it can hit her. Let me see if I can find his stat block, because I also was not expecting him to be here. All right, anything else from Heinlein's turn, or do you just stay sleeping?
Just that.
All right, cool. Oh boy, howdy! I didn't see how strong this thing was. Okay, cool. The druid is going to attempt to get away here. She's going to use her action to turn back into an owl. I think she has to be flying for this to be active, so let me double check. Yeah, so because she's not currently flying, she tries to take off, but this spirit swings out. He has a sword, correct?
Yeah. Or axe or whatever, yeah. It doesn't, whatever the stats are, it's fine.
Yeah, he swings this the sword down on this owl as it tries to take off. Hits. Yeah. Where are you? Oh god, it actually has really good stats. Hold on. Now that's 1 HP. Yeah, it just immediately hits her as she tries to take off, it reverting her back into her normal form and taking a huge gash out of her own health. Not Heinlein, friggin' Zavros.
Hey. So at this point, I'm seeing this druid lady.
Not yet. You're still inside. You have to go outside.
Oh, everyone moved outside. Okay, that was the piece
Yes.
of information that I was confused on. So I'm looking at Heinlein. He seems okay. I saw that.
Mila's still down, but Axel has made his way over to her.
Yeah, I see Axel next to Mila. So with that, I'm going to start to run outside, and as I'm running, I'm gonna pass by Axel. Say, thank you for checking on them, and I'm just gonna run outside. Can I make it to the opening of this, the mouth of this?
Yeah, you can make it out to the moondial with just your movement. You wouldn't be able to see her still because she's outside of the ridge, but you can see Orlin is standing out here.
Orlin, what's going on?
She's escaping. You can't shoot through that. I point at the wind wall.
Yeah, like the wind wall. Actually, the wind wall is starting to disperse as you pointed out.
Oh, it looks like I might be able to shoot her eventually. Whoever she is. I guess that's all I can do unless there's like some type of rule in D&D where I can just move again.
You
and
can
not
dash.
take an action.
With your action.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll just dash. I'll just dash out there.
Would
and
you
I'll
like
get
to-
up alongside Orlin if I can.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You get up alongside Orlin, kind of diagonally behind him, and you can see the spirit engaging with a lady who's covered in furs, pale skin, matted dark hair, and from here, probably hard to tell, but she does have blue lips.
What the hell is going on?
I do not
no,
know,
sorry.
but it appears to be on our side.
Mila, I need another death saving throw from you. All right. All right. Axel, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna do a medicine check to check on my friend Mila. Medicine. There it is. Ooh, 11.
Yeah, I was just about to say, Dyto, would you like to explain what's happening in front of Axel's eyes currently?
So what Axel sees as he's looking over Mila's body is her horns start to kind of fade into this like grayish brown face, and then she starts to grow tentacles out of the side of her face and kind of like a beard. And like her clothes start to she's getting like bigger, so her clothes are starting to get a little tight, and she does not look like a tiefling. She looks like an elephant.
Yeah, it's a little different than one. I don't know if Axel would know about that. A little bit different than one. But yeah, she's got like these yellow, dirty amber pupilless eyes. Yeah, we will get to that because you've expended your action. Orlin.
One more time, baby. Toll the dead.
Let's see here. She got a 17.
Oh, come on. How much space is there between me and her?
Between you and her. 1 second. Just gotta do some messages. Between you and her is a 25 feet.
Okay. That's
Well,
fine.
20 feet.
I'll move 5 feet closer.
Alright, cool. You move closer. Heinlein, it is your turn, and your spirit acts on your turn.
Okay, so the spirit would go to strike her down.
All right. This thing is crazy. So let's see. Yeah, it hit again. This plus this.
Come on, you can do it, buddy, old pal.
Yeah, it's you see the spirit lift up its sword and swing through this druid, and like it slashes right across the chest, and you hear a scream that gets quickly cut off as she gasps for air and falls to the ground dead, as it hit perfectly on what HP she had left.
What is the time limit of the spirit? What
10
is
minutes.
the 10 minutes? Okay, it's not like something you can dismiss.
Let me double check that. You might be able to.
Okay, because there'd be no reason for it to hang around for 10 more minutes.
Disappears after 10 minutes or is reduced to 8 hit points.
Oh, never mind. It just hangs around for 10 more minutes.
I mean, it also obeys your commands, so I guess if you were to dispel it, it would just go away.
Okay.
I would say that'd be fine, especially for flavor if you wanted to do that.
So I think he slices right through, stabs her right in the chest, undoes it, and then she drops. And he turns around, sees both Orlin and Zavros, and then fades away into the wind.
And he does so. You know, I just realized I brought up the picture. You guys can't see the map. So
Yeah.
I will. You are also still on this main page, aren't you? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Everybody. Let me. You know, only one, and I'll bring up the picture for you guys to see as you watch this spirit disappear.
Ooh.
But
Don't
imagine
look-
that with like a huge hole in its chest.
Yeah, like a huge hole right in the center of its chest. And with that, we are out of combat, but I believe we have something that is unaddressed currently.
Yeah.
Actually, you see this. Yeah, there's like this beard of tentacles, but it doesn't seem to be a mouth to it. These amber, dark, weird, like dirty amber eyes as what you thought of as your friend Mila changes into some kind of monstrosity in front of you.
I am going to. I think Axel does take a beat and just like looks, because especially if he was his friend and like checking for a pulse or something like that, and then just feeling and seeing her turn into this like tentacled creature is just like momentarily confused about what's happening. But then after taking that beat is going to grab the gem that she used as her focus and pocket that, and then from her bag or someone's bag, just wrap her up in a blanket and then quickly tie it so that when the others come in, they cannot see the body anymore. Just that I froze.
We can still hear you, but yeah, you're frozen. Or maybe we can't hear you anymore.
The secret dies with
The secret dies with Axel. I think you're good again. You're good again. No, he froze again. Oh,
Oh, he was back for a second.
we can hear him. He just frozen.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, where did I get cut off?
You just wrapped up Mila so nobody could see her.
Yeah, that was it. So wrap her up with the blanket and then take some of the rope that I have and just secure it so that it's not going to come undone easily.
Alright. You do this. Yes, because Heinlein is passed out in this room and everybody else is outside. So you are able to wrap her up. You know, on that note, let's go to break. We will come back to deal with the repercussions of what just happened here after the break. So everybody be sure to get your snacks and your drinks, and we'll see you in a couple minutes. Welcome back, everybody, to Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaiden. We left off with our party successfully killing the white moose and the druid that awakened it, but unfortunately, one of our two party members fell. One didn't get back up, as Axel saw Mila turn into this monstrous figure. He wrapped her up before anybody could see her body, and this is where we are now. Orlin and Zavros is still outside. Hyland, you are unconscious in the cavern room thing with Axel as well.
I think while after Axel has Mila's body all contained, he walks over to where Heinlein is passed out, like props his head up and puts like a blanket or something under his head or a bag just so it's not straight on the floor, and like arranges him so he's laying nicely, and just sits down next to him and goes, "Well, my friend, you were right. There are... should have checked on her first, but..." And like, I'll look at the mouth of the cave to make sure no one's coming in, and then say, "But I don't know how much of my friend she was. I mean, she was very nice." But then just like motion to the wrapped up body. So don't know. This is very confusing. I do not like it. But I shall wait for you, my friend.
All right. Zavros and Orlin, what are you doing outside? You just saw this orc spirit strike down this druid. She lays dead in the snow, and it disappeared after completing this.
So, what was that? And who was she, and what was that, and what the hell happened?
I have no clue. She
So we're on the same page.
she was the one, I believe, who has been awakening the animals, having them fight for her. Help me drag her body in. He
The
reaches
moose
down.
did mention a master.
Yes.
Sorry.
No, he just bends over and puts like an arm under one of hers, and then asks you to start grabbing the other side.
I do the same thing, but I'm like looking at her hand the entire time.
Yeah.
What's got your attention?
Well, one, and I kind of motion over to where we had lit that brazier as we're walking with it. Kind of motion over there. Like, at the same time, I wonder who she was. Like, why
know
was she
what's-
doing all of this?
You know what, Zavros? Why don't you head on in?
As I'm making my way, you said like where the mouth of this cave is where that little pyramid. How did you describe that?
Oh yeah, so there's a large. So you're kind of dragging her into this this large circular courtyard. There's this like 20-foot tall triangle that kind of is like this, and it makes a shadow on the ground. So it's a giant moon dial. If that's what you're referring to, it's a triangle.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the moon dial. I'll listen to the episode, but I still completely forgot the description of it. So the way this is, as I'm walking in, I kind of look at it. Is this covered with anything, or is it like made of stone, or what? Like, what is it made out of? Is it ice?
The dial itself appears to be made of stone, and all of the whole like circular courtyard underneath you, all of the snow is like melted off of it, so you can see the engravings of the different moon phases on the ground.
Okay, so like all the snow's melted off of this, and it is made of stone.
Yep.
Okay, just to clarify. I just look at it, and I'll just stop for a second, and then walk. I slowly start to walk inside.
All right,
Um,
you start to go inside. Orlin, you are outside
Is
with
there
this
like a
body.
like a rock or something?
Yeah, easy enough to find a rock. There's a couple like against the circular wall on the outsides of the courtyard.
Take her arm, plop it onto the rock, and then I kick down, curb stomp like near her wrist.
Yeah, easy enough. Snaps off.
And then
I mean, it's still connected by like
Yeah.
tissue, but the
I
bone
was just
snaps.
breaking it, and then now I'm gonna get a knife or my dagger or whatever, and just start cutting the flesh off.
You do so, and you have a severed pale hand.
Cool. I assume that takes me a little bit, but eventually I'll head on in after that.
Yep, takes you a little bit, and then you follow Zavros in. You see, Zavros, you would appear in before here. You would see Heinlein kind of propped up against a wall, blanket behind his head, Axel sitting next to him, and a large, not a large, kind of large figure wrapped up in some cloth blankets. Furs.
So is Highland still passed out?
Yes, as far as I know.
Okay.
I'm unconscious.
So, Axel, and I look down and I see like wrapped up body,
Also, a
and
dead
I
moose.
see that there's two people,
Also, a dead moose in the middle of the floor.
And a dead moose. But I see like this wrapped up thing is quite large. I see the dead moose, so I know it can't be the dead moose. I see Heinlein sleeping and Axel's just sitting there. And I'm just gonna ask, like, where's Mila?
He did not make it, my friend.
So just to color this for the audience, you know, like you ever watch one of those animes or TV shows where there's like a little shockwave when someone's standing there and something kind of hits them? Kind of what's going on as his eyes just get real big and he looks down at this wrapped up thing on the ground. And he just stays standing there, doesn't say anything. He's like, I wouldn't say that he stopped at the mouth of the cave. He walked in and kind of looked around. So he's not at the mouth of the cave, he's kind of in there. But yeah, he's just standing there looking at this wrapped up, what he assumes is possibly a body.
I don't think Axel really responds either. I mean, he's still in shock as well and just waits there, kind of occasionally checking on Heinlein to make sure that he's still okay. It's just, you know, unconscious but fine. But yeah, it's just sitting in the silence.
A couple minutes pass in silence. Zavros standing in shock as Axel just kind of calmly waits, and Orlin walks in after you.
Need a hand.
That is a good joke, my friend, but also...
What?
Mila did not make it, unfortunately.
As he says this, you see the figure wrapped in cloths on the ground.
Shame. We should, I don't know, do something with her. You knew who best, Axel.
I mean, it is... We cannot bury bodies at this point. The ground is too frozen. Axel is quiet for maybe not a suspicious amount of time, but he's definitely thinking about that he can't really bring the body back to town because they'll definitely have questions. So just like going through the mental math of like, what can I do so that this is not a thing when we get back to town? So I think he just kind of falls silent at that point for another minute or so. We could. I mean, there is a sarcophagus outside. I do not know if it would be sacrilege to add another body to it. And like looking mostly at Zavros since he's the only one of Elven heritage around here.
Well, I don't know if that's any type of sacrilege at all. Like, if it's empty, like...
Roll
Because I feel like if it's an Elvish thing, I feel like Zavros would bury her kind of in an Elvish way if there was like no...
Yeah, roll a history check.
There it is. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
16.
I mean, if it's an already empty tomb, it's not going to be sacrilegious. Typically, elves would only have elves buried in their tombs, especially because tombs are more family tomb kind of things. But it's not unheard of to have other lineages buried within Elven tombs for reasons. There has to be a good reason for it. It can't just be like, I want to be buried here. Like you have to have, yeah.
Piggybacking off of that, Baka, ever since the Dale's been, constant winter, what has been the method of burial? Is it burning?
Typically burning,
Cremation?
because you wouldn't be able to dig into the ground to be able to make a burial site. So it's typically burning when it's traditional death. But for the most part, like if people collapse out in the tundra and they're with other people, they usually get left there because it takes too much resource to bring them back and dispose of them.
She's luckier than most. We could burn her.
To
maybe
piggyback
some
real
of the
quick
best.
there, Sharp, you're
Yes.
saying that it's like you can't just like, I want to be buried here. But like, let's say an elf who understands like traditional burial for elves, like in my stance, like hypothetically, if I wanted to bury someone in an elvish tomb or in an elven way, like
Yeah.
me being elf, so it's like I kind of accept them into a family of some sort.
Kind
Is
of,
that
yeah.
what you were
So
getting at?
you would know that typically the family itself has to okay it. That's not the word I wanted to use, but has to allow it.
Approve it.
Approve it, yeah. But you don't know who the family is of this tomb or where they are. So
Oh, okay, yeah. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm picking it up now. Okay, cool.
So, cremation then.
To
Yeah,
answer your
I mean,
question, Axel, don't know who that tomb belongs to. Probably not the best idea to lay her there. Want to cremate her? We can, but sure, I could probably fashion something if we wanted to do an effigy of some sort afterwards. In her honor.
I do not know. I mean, perhaps not here. This place holds no meaning for her, at least. But perhaps somewhere else.
No.
And what of Heinlein? Is he alive?
So you see I have a
Um,
big fucking gash in his chest?
No, the gash was in the spirit.
Oh, I thought you were saying it was
Yeah.
in your chest. I was like, what
No,
the
no,
hell?
no.
I was so confused.
Yep, the spirit had the giant hole in his chest.
I just gently tap Heinlein on the side of the face. I'm like, he is just sleeping. He has had a very hard day, but he is okay.
Good.
Speaking of which, he was lying on top of me. Is he the one that saved me?
He collapsed on. Did I? I
You
didn't
were
see
out
what
of the
happened because
room
I ran
that
outside.
I don't
do
think
not
anybody
know.
saw that.
No.
No, they were both focused on chasing the witch
Yep.
at that point.
It's the last thing I remember. I was getting hit by these giant antlers. And then a nightmare of some crazy tendrils wrapping around me, and I woke up and Hyman was lying on top of me.
I did see him summon the spirit, though, correct? Or the spirit appear.
Yeah, you were in the room at that point. You'd run back in, so you would have seen the spirit come out of him. Yep, or not out of
Okay.
him, but his general area.
Yeah. Well, he did the orcish man with a large hole in his chest. From his unconscious state, Heinlein, it came from him, from his equipment. I do not know the details. And then, so perhaps our friend here has more secrets than I even initially assumed.
Interesting. Well, that explains the ghost we saw, Zavros.
It was quite strange out there.
Well, would you like me to take a look at Mila before we do this, or build a pyre?
I mean, we should just start building the pyre. There is no need to check on her. I checked on her beforehand, and let's just say if she was not dead when I started to wrap her up with the rope, and then she has been there for several minutes, I feel like she would have woken up or made some sort of a stink if she was not dead.
Well, it's not putting her inside the tomb, but the elvish place. It is quite beautiful if we would want to create a pyre there. Out in the middle of this frozen wasteland.
How big was the brazier that we were burning everything in? I thought that was quite big. Or am I mistaken?
It's a smaller one. I can get. Let's see if I have the exact details or not. It's 20 inches, so not quite.
Oh, okay. So I just misremembered then. Okay.
Yep.
Zavros would probably spend a great deal of time also cutting, like going back to the tree line. Cutting some logs. Fashioning something up.
Yeah. Do you guys have equipment to cut logs? I know. Axel has. Like,
Someone had Axel. Did you bring that axe with you, or did you leave it at the loggers? Or who had it last? I can't remember.
Axel had it, I believe, and he hit a tree. I don't know what he did with it after that.
That was the night before when I had it. Today I only
Yeah.
had my hand axes.
Well,
Yeah.
it's no matter. I can just create bonfire. It just would be easier with wood. But no need.
Axel. make an
Zavros just kind of
intelligence
looks at
check.
Orlin like, "What the fuck? What's up?"
Axel, make an intelligence check.
Sorry.
No worries.
11.
You would know that the heat of this bonfire eventually would be enough to burn a body, but it takes a lot of heat to do so, and a blanket would burn faster. So, information you can have, up to you. What do you do with it?
As we're okay. Here's the plan. So we are gathering wood. We're doing all these things, even if it's just like a bunch of brush and things like that, or deadfall. Or so I think also because it makes sense as well. Axel is going to, like, as we're building up the pyre, like once we have the base down, lay Mila's body down and then like stack more brush up on top so that it would burn better instead of just laying it on top of the body, so that there's a good amount of like wood and brush and really trying to like help conceal anything that may be revealed, or at least there may be smoke or ash or things like that as it's burning, when it starts burning.
Yeah, you guys take some time to create this large brush pile in which to conceal Mila in before you cremate her. Yeah, and you guys get that put together.
Well,
Yeah,
Axel,
I mean,
you knew her best. If you want to lay her down.
She was a kind soul. She truly wanted to know everyone, sometimes too well. And she will be missed.
I'm assuming we just put Heinlein like up on against one of the statues outside, and he's still sleeping.
Heinlein, are you still passed out?
I
Because
assumed I was
it-
just gonna sleep for 8 hours until
Okay.
Oh, okay,
until
yeah.
someone actually tried to wake me up or something.
Well, I was gonna like go over and like jab you on the head, like not hard, but just enough, like keep pecking you a little bit, like while we're doing this eulogy.
Yeah, if he keeps pecking you, up to you if you wake up, Heinlein. This is your roleplay sleep, so.
If we're I think as I start feeling the heat of the fire, I think eventually I would. So like as it's going, and then I'm getting hit in the face multiple times.
I'm just like poking you, just.
You wake.
Eventually, my eyes start to like slowly open as I feel this like thunk, thunk, thunk against my head.
Well, friend, I can only assume that you aided me, but it appears Mila is, dead? We're doing a eulogy if you want to be a part of that.
Seeing Heinlein wake up, I'll like turn to him and say, "Friend, I am sorry. I did not. You said you wanted a piece of her, but she is already burning. But this is good for you. I do not know your feelings on her. I know you are not."
Dum dum.
Froze again. Oh, now he's back.
There he goes. You're back.
Sorry, he's just like it's cold. Like I've got the cold air. I've got the heat of the fire. Sorry. Oh, I'm not sure what exactly is happening right now. Mila's eulogy has nothing to do with me, so continue.
Just
on
thought
if
I'd
you
wake
guys
you up
want
and
to.
see. And I kind of I put my hand on his shoulder and I just nod. And then I go stand next to the fire with the other people.
I did not know Mila super well, but whenever I went into her store, she had a smile on her face, and we may have been a bit of rivals, I'll admit, but only in the best way.
I didn't know her quite well either. Same as Orlin. But she did, to second what you're saying, Orlin, she did always have a smile on her face when I went in to ask questions. And oftentimes she answered them before I even asked the damn things, and kind of creeped me out a little bit, but I found that it was actually invigorating that I could just walk in and not have to say a word, and she'd be able to answer my question. Whoever Mila was, I hope she finds peace. And while I'm talking, I kind of am holding a small necklace trinket in my hand. I'm sorry,
Wow.
Mila. I'm done. That was it.
While because it's going to take a while for this all to burn down, and it's not going to go anywhere because it's snowing. So after a couple of beats, as we're all standing there, I'll start walking towards the cave and say, "We should get going because we have to haul a moose back to the town because it is good to meet." And yes, was there and like picking up Mila's pack and those types of things. Was there anything useful on the woman besides our hand?
We got the hand. We're already here. The brazier's right there. If we can find another pine cone, a twig, and a feather.
Yes, we've come this far. Perhaps we should burn her as well, in case the Snow Queen decides to bring her back.
It may be a good option. I did not think of that.
So I guess as we go to gather up this druid lady, does she have like anything on her? Like any type of trinket or anything like that? Can I examine her to get an idea of, I don't know, just like different little trinkets and stuff she has, like anything. It doesn't have to be like weapons or anything valuable, just...
Yeah, do a investigation.
Oh, that's intimidation. I clicked it twice, I think. There we go.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Let's see what she has. You find on this this person, pale skinned person, you find a shark skin pouch that contains 2 potions that are in crystal vials.
And crystal vials?
Crystal vials, yep. 2 liquids, from what you can tell. Not sure
I'm
what
totally
kinds
keeping
until you
this.
further look at them.
I'm keeping this shark skin pouch. I know that. When I see this as we're gathering her up, I'm gonna like pull. I'm gonna grab this pouch. I'm gonna open it up and pull them out. Well, Olin, you deal with this liquidy stuff. Mayhaps you know what this is.
What kind of check would you like me to make? I have alchemist supplies. What would I roll that?
Do an Arcana check with advantage. Are you proficient in Arcana?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then do that with advantage.
21.
21. Yeah, you kind of take some of your equipment out, and you open the corks and like sniff them and test them a little bit. You would know that this is a potion of resistance and a potion of vitality.
Would I know what the resistance is of or no?
Radiance.
And the other one was vitality, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would let Zavros know.
Also, investigating your body now, not super important, but her teeth are also blue, if you looked.
That is quite strange. Well, yes, best to hold on to those, and let's burn her.
I'm gonna take that cloak she had on off.
Yeah, you can take it. It's a bear skin cloak, and it's got the 2 paws with the claws like facing upward as well.
Okay.
We find all of our supplies, the little ritual to burn, the hand and the pine cone and the feather.
You've found them already. I'm not going to make you roll terribly again for a while to find them. It's easy enough to find the twig, the pine cone. You already have the hand, and the other thing.
Feather.
Let me grab that other thing for you so we actually know what's going on here. Feather.
Yeah.
Yep. So you find all of those. And I assume you just burn the druid's body, no ritual to it, just
just throw her onto the pyre.
Just onto Mila's pyre.
That's fucked. Zavros like, oh, then.
I mean, I wouldn't do that if nobody was down, but
it's like
probably a separate one.
Yeah, like
we're gonna have to go find all the wood, but separate fire.
We could just throw on top of the brazier that we're gonna burn all this other stuff.
Let's do your ritual.
Right, you guys head over to the brazier. You place the twig, the pine cone, and the feather in, and I'll let you take it from here.
So do you want to throw that hand in there? I don't really want to touch that, honestly.
Plop it in.
Plop it in.
I guess I'll just light a torch from the pyre that's burning and just light the brazier.
All right. You light this brazier, and unlike before, where it's just a typical flame, a silver flame appears in the brazier and quickly burns up everything, but continues to burn. It does generate a lot of heat and light, typical to a normal campfire, but you see it continues to burn even after the contents are gone.
I was
Oh.
wrong. I suppose we really did need a hand in there.
Whoa. What now?
Well, I mean, the sarcophagus had the brazier emblem on it. Axel, you couldn't get that thing to open, could you?
No, but I also did not want to break it. So I could try again.
It's worth a try, I suppose. This fire's strange.
I'll head over to the sarcophagus then.
All right, you head up these stairs to the higher ground where the sarcophagus is circled into by these 4 pillars and surrounded by 2 trees. And you go to lift it. Give me a strength check, please, or athletics, up to you.
I'm gonna do athletics because I'm better at that. Oh, got a 9 though.
You go to lift it and it seems to actually move a little bit this time, but you aren't able to quite lift it on this attempt. Like it does that thing where it kind of lifts us for a second, thuds back down.
Yeah, let me help
Yeah,
Yes, maybe we all need to do this.
I will try it again.
Do with advantage.
16.
Yeah, with Zavros and Orland's help, you're able to lift this lid. You can, as soon as you get up a little bit, like a crack this big, you just smell death and decay coming from inside of it and stale air. You continue to push and slide this stone over, and you can see inside of there a body that is wrapped in cloths. You can see, it seems like a feminine figure. You can see her long white hair sticking out of the cloths, and one eye is not wrapped in her mouth, and you can see the teeth have been falling out and the mouth's kind of hanging open. And as you're looking over this body, you see the eye opens, and then she begins to sit up very slowly, creaking.
What
You
the
can hear all
hell?
bones cracking as she's sitting up. And she sits up and turns her head. You can hear the as her head turns to look at all of you. And she is staring at you. It says, "And who might you be?"
Well, go on.
I look at Orlin. I look back at this I don't know, this corpse. Zavros Weinrin?
Davros, you are of Elven blood, though not fully. What
No.
brings you here? Where am
Well,
I?
I think they call this place Icewind Dale. I came here just as part of a journey, I guess I'm on. Not from here, but from Evermeet.
She starts to turn her head, just as she turns to look around her.
You are
I've
dead.
been here for some time.
Whoa.
I mean, technically, she has been lying here for some time.
Which one of you freed me?
All
I'll
of
look
us.
at all of us.
I'm within your debt. I am at your command as it was wished upon my death for my body.
I'm curious, though.
You see both her hands grab the edges of the sarcophagus as she starts lifting herself up. Again, just hearing the joints popping and twisting as she's putting her body back into place. As she climbs out of the sarcophagus and stands in front of all of you. She's not as tall as Axel, because he's 8 feet tall, but she is a very tall, slender figure. but like one of her arms is hanging a little lower than the other. She doesn't seem to be fully in place yet, or able to hold herself fully in place.
And what is your name?
My name is Asanar. I am of the Moon Elves.
Zanar. Well, my name is Olin.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Orlin.
What were you in life?
I was a consort to the noble elves of this lands.
In Icewind Dale. I'm sorry. You go
It
ahead.
wasn't called Icewind Dale when I was around. I don't give you this information.
This may be rude, I do not know. But what is this situation? What are you? How is this happening? And just like motion to her standing there.
Once I was deceased, I assume the nobles put some kind of spell upon me that I would reanimate and serve whoever was to release me from the sarcophagus. Back when the Moon Elves had a kingdom here, it was called Ishme. And now that you've freed me, I live to serve you.
Would I know that name that she mentions through like histories or folklore?
Roll a history check.
Can I as well?
Sure.
As a studied man.
Yeah.
19.
Zavris, you
Four.
haven't heard of it. You aren't used to this area or
Yeah.
its histories. You know, like general Elven things, but not necessarily specific ones. Orlin, you have like a very old tome that you've cracked open once or twice because it doesn't have a ton of interesting information in it. But you would know that Ishme was a very, very old Elven kingdom long before Icewind Dale was even established as a place. It was small. It wasn't a very large one. But it was like one of the outreaching, like when the Elven Kingdom was trying to move further north and take more land, and when the Moon Elves ones didn't last very long, and this is probably what remains of it at this point. Rest of it taken over by the Tundra.
Oh, you just work for us now?
That's how this curse works, yes, from what I understand.
Do you wish to? Because it's not to be crude about it, but we can if you don't want to serve us.
It's
We
what I
have
live for.
several fires burning.
It's what
Sorry.
I live for. It's your decision.
Oh, see, no, I don't like that. Because you can talk and you can reason, which means you can make choices here.
My choice is to follow the direction I was given in life.
Axel just flips her off.
What are your capabilities?
I know of this tomb. Otherwise, I am what you see before you.
You know about the large mirror underneath that thing over there? And I point
Yes.
at the moon dial.
You point at the moon dial or the mirror that's in the hillside.
Well, the mirror is like underneath all that, isn't it? Didn't we go underneath all that?
So you're like on a high ground right now, and it's almost triangular in shape. Then there's the circular courtyard, and then there's a hillside, which is where you went inside to see the mirror and all that stuff. So it's not underneath the moon dial, but it's past the moon dial.
Oh, okay. Then yeah,
Yes.
I would point in that area then, where the mirror is.
She looks over and, well, that hole wasn't always there. But yes, that mirror was used to scry on people we needed to look at. It's activated on the new moon, I believe. Let me double check that for you though. Yes. No. Sorry. Activates on the full moon.
And the other doors that are in there?
Each
You know what they contain?
Yes, each represent a half moon phase. Both, from what I understand, tombs of the royals.
And
So
what-
those that you were close to in life.
Yes, those I served.
Is there anything beyond the mirror?
No, the wall ends at the mirror.
Insight check.
Go for it.
13.
Yeah, she believes that the wall ends at the mirror. Whether she was told that and believes it because she was told to believe it or not, up to you to decide.
Who is worth scrying on to your people?
Enemies, people that we were looking to make pacts with that we need to make sure we're trustworthy.
So, that's interesting. This mirror may be of use to us in the future, said to the rest. If we cannot find this, murderer we're after.
That would be beneficial to your contract there, Hyman. Would it ever slip away from his caravan that he's with?
I suppose so.
Question, my lady, and a bow, like an extravagant bow. So, it allows you to scry on people, yes?
Yes.
Do they have to be here?
How do you mean here? Like within this tomb?
No,
You mean like the Legion?
no,
Can you see the dead?
no. I'm looking at like everybody and I kind of get close to her and it's like, can you see people who are not on this plane?
She thinks for a moment. Double check for you.
And I'm whispering that to her too, so it's
Yeah.
up to y'all if y'all want to make perception checks. This pick up what I'm putting down.
She'll say no. They have to be on the same plane as you to be able
Oh.
to see. You can make a stealth check if you want to whisper as well.
Oh, okay.
Just had to slip it in there.
Motherfucker.
Axel would hear it for sure. Orland might hear bits. You definitely hear what she said. You have to be on the same plane as well. You would hear like from what's his name? Zavros. You'd hear like, do they have to as you?
Axel's learning all the secrets.
Axel's a sneaky man.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to ask.
Yes, it has its limitations, but as long as you know of the person or can be described in great detail of the person.
And does it have to be a person, or can it be a creature, or?
You're asking me a lot of questions. Yeah. It can be any creature.
I'm being inquisitive, Sharp. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, go for it. No, dude. gotta learn the information you need.
Is there anything worth our time in those crypts?
She will think for a moment. No, they would have been buried with their treasured items, weapons, but I highly suggest not taking from them.
I
Oof.
also highly suggest we shouldn't be taken from them.
Really, I only wanted to open this to see if it was in fact an elf. I didn't expect to see any, especially a tomb like this. I haven't seen one of these in
I mean,
15, 20 years.
I
We
think
did.
it's
Oh, go ahead.
strange that her masters asked this of her. What was your name?
Shanar.
Shinar. I think it's strange that her masters asked this of Shinar. Because normally, I'm not too fond of digging around in people's burials. I'm not too fond of letting spirits deny themselves a good rest. But I suppose if she wants to follow her masters and follow us,
I unfortunately died many years before they did. So I assume it was in case they needed me once more, or if they were to return from the afterlife themselves, they could release me so I could serve them upon their return.
I would like to know more about your people. Who's seems quite different than what I'm accustomed to.
And what are you accustomed to?
Well, that's a story for another time. And it's like,
There.
Wonderful.
okay, I still feel as though if the intent of your masters was for you to come back to serve them, then that should be where your duties lie. Is them.
I think Heinlein and I are on a similar page. If you wish to travel with us, more than welcome to. But we're going to be leaving. I am not going to command you.
If you leave without commanding me, I will follow till you give me one.
How about this? You help us defeat an enemy of ours, and your debt here is cleared.
All right. How can I be of service?
There is a man in the service of Aurel by the name of... Insert name here.
Sephic.
He's going around the 10 towns, murdering. We'd like to put a stop to it. This way, you can complete your curse and be at rest.
Where is he now?
We are not sure,
Shander.
but yes, we believe he's headed to Brinshander.
Well, you must lead the way. I do not know what has happened to these lands.
So, this person is very clearly undead looking.
Yes, it is straight up
Yeah.
a mummy.
Yeah, that's
Like if we brought them anywhere, we'd probably have to heavily clothe them. And spray Febreze on them.
now it feels like a shame that we burnt up all of Mila's clothing.
I would still have her pack. Like, I only burnt her body, so if she hadn't, like, presumably she had a change of clothes in her pack.
I also have that cloak too. I did grab that bearskin cloak off the druid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think until we know for sure how to make sure that she can go back to a peaceful rest, it's better than her just laying around if she wants to come with us.
Hmm.
And she seems inclined to follow us till she gets a command. So I don't necessarily think it makes sense to make her fight some servants, but she at least can be, there until we find out how to put her to rest.
Well,
Sure.
Heinlein, I know you're on a quest, and it is. I guess from what I've been able to see of you, you believe in service to those who have employed you or your masters, and I will aid you in such ordeal. Helped me with what was going on here. I see no problem with aiding you in your quest, but I promise you I will, once this is all done, I will help this elf rest. I just wish to learn a little bit more about her.
Well, Heinlein starts marching back towards the cave so he can properly decapitate the moose.
I'll go aid him with that.
I want to go in there too. I still want the beast parts. So.
I assume I thought we were taking the whole moose back, but
Oh yeah, that works too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna string it up and quarter it. I'm gonna skin it, quarter it, do
but
stuff
I
like
also
that.
know that I think because I know the speaker wanted the
head.
head, but
The
I
head.
also know Zavros wanted the head.
Yeah, no, so I need the head to give to the speaker.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted it as a trophy.
Even though I never even I did 5 damage to it last session.
You tracked it.
I did.
You,
I
you
found
were
out
the
where it
first blood,
was.
and it got its revenge.
But
that's
I will
great.
string this up and I'll probably get I'm gonna fashion one of my crampons that I have and try to stab it into the ceiling somehow. Probably hang it up by one of the statues and so I can skin it and quarter it. If you want me to do a survival check as we're doing this, so
Yeah,
we're not
do a survival
packing
check. This moose is
unnecessary
very heavy.
meats.
So
Yeah, I would
because
be.
I don't want to pack out an unnecessary amount of moose when we don't need to.
I would be assisting with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can
Just
do a
for,
survival check with advantage.
sheer
And
strength.
as he does so, also Orlin do his survival check with advantage to get through the organs that you would like.
Well, I mean,
well,
I would be
that's-
cut
that's
when
yeah.
I'm quartering everything. I'm cutting everything out and I'm putting the organs aside.
Yeah,
I
it
only
would
know
just
this because
be-
I've skinned deer before, so
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, here's these.
So as
It-
this is what I wanted to say.
Okay,
As
go ahead.
he's cleaning it, taking out or not cleaning it, but taking out all the stuff, I just have the mess kit bucket, and I'm just getting all the organs that I can into this bucket.
Okay, yeah, well, we'll use
Yeah, he's
that
like
for
pointing
roll
out,
to see how
"Oh,
well
shave that liver.
these organs are intact as he takes them out. 21?
And
Yeah.
21,
Oh,
baby.
yeah, okay.
Thanks
yeah,
for the
so-
help.
Yeah, you're you don't use a crampon, but you're able to find like a good kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like you like
Also-
a focal point to put into the ceiling where you can like run a rope through, so you can bring the moose up after cutting its head off, so it's a lot lighter. It's still pretty damn heavy, and after you gut it, it's going to be a lot lighter too. You're able to like pull it up and tie the other end down so it's hanging from the ceiling, so you can dress it out a lot nicer and skin it. You're able to pull out all the organs perfectly, so Orlin can go through those and take which ones he wants. Yeah, and between you and Heinlein, it takes a little bit to get through the thick neck of this moose, but you're able to take the head off as well.
After I do that, I do get a couple of twigs and use my flint to burn like a small pyre and do like a little prayer in honor of the just to give honor to the dead creature.
All right. So yes, you have the head of this moose. You have a white hide. It's little battle damage from slashing into it and stabbing it, but nothing some stitching can't fix. It's not going to be perfect, and it is bloodstained pretty badly between itself and its own blood. Its victims and its own blood.
I don't know if you care for the purposes of the rest of everything Zavros does, but in D&D, if you want like top condition hides, it's a DC 15 sleight of hand or survival check.
Ooh.
Yeah. He got a 21 for it, so I'll say it's good. Like again, it's easy enough to fix it, so it'll be looking clean, and you can like it'll take a little bit, but you can clean the blood out.
I know we've like decimated this thing by an axe and a sword slash into it, but I just figure at least for future monsters,
yeah.
And whatnot. So.
About how much meat you think we got out of this, like that we can use for like rations if we want to, or like?
Let me see if it tells me. I don't think it does. Mr. Moose, how much meat do you have, good sir?
We did look up. That's the total weight, but like 700 to 1,300 pounds for an adult male.
Mm-hmm. And that's not dressed though. That's full weight.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing if it actually tells you in the book if there would be, because you'd think that'd be something they would think of, but probably not.
If you want to continue, I'll look for it, and then if we find it,
go ahead. I'll let you know it's gonna be on the higher end because this is a larger moose.
Yeah.
So it'll be quite a few 100 pounds probably of meat. Not that you can take all of that, and you have to cure it and stuff to keep it good, but you could get use of some of it at least, for the time being. But yeah, you get that. Orlin, any hearts or liver, some of the smaller organs are still pretty large because it's a moose. But whatever you wanted to take from that, you can.
Sure.
Yeah.
As we're kind of finishing up the process, or as Zavros is finishing up, I'll ask him, is it possible, could I get one of the neck bones? One of the larger neck bones?
I like pull out like one of my short swords and I like stab in and crack one of the vertebrae and just hand it to him.
Perfect. Thank you. And just like tuck that away in a pouch.
When he does that, he stops. He's like, question, well, I mean, Olin asked for a lot of stuff, but I've never heard you ask for anything. What could you use with a vertebrae?
Oh, I have a plan. I'm going to make a little necklace out of it. Put it on a little rope or something like that as a reminder of this whole thing.
Oh, kind of like mine. And like, you see these pat in his chest, and you see like this like silver necklace going kind of down into his shirt. You can't see what's underneath it, but you do see like a silver necklace going down.
Yes, probably not with the silver, but something, yes.
Right. Olin, friend, did you get everything you needed?
Yes, thank you.
Right.
I'm ready to go. You all are.
Make sure you all give thanks. I mean, you should thank nature when it provides. guess we're ready.
Thank you, Great Moosh.
Alright, do you do any kind of dressing up of your new mummy servant before you start heading out?
With the
Yeah, I would take the
bearskin
bear
and,
cloak and throw it on
and-
there.
what we can from Mila's extras.
Alright, give me a deception check with advantage. Whoever wants to.
Oh, let me
You're
check
getting no
here.
from Axel and Orlin.
Let me see.
I can try it.
Deception?
Yes.
Yeah. Because
So I believe that's the survival kit skill, or not survival, sorry, disguise kit skill, isn't it?
yeah, it involves like a charisma,
Yeah.
I believe.
Dude, Mila was our
I-
charismatic
I-
character.
I'm doing it. I'm rolling it.
Alright.
Right.
Do I get like advantage since
Yes,
like
you
we're
do
all
get
trying
advantage
to
because
like
all of you
okay.
are working on this.
A terrible 9.
Like, what's left of, because Axel would have seen this, a lot of Mila's clothes disappeared with her. So she didn't really have too much on her to begin with. Like a
Mila
couple extra
cloak.
heavy clothing, and the Druid was a little bit shorter, so and this cloak didn't fully cover her either. It's kind of more of a shawl, kind of thing. So you can tell this is still a mummy.
Well, at least you're
Perhaps-
finally dressed for a mummy.
Perhaps it is best if you stay outside of town, and we will circle back so that you do not spook the residents.
I'll stay with her. I have some questions for her anyway, so I'm sure I can make a camp.
We will bring more clothing back as well.
Alright. So you guys begin to head out.
Mm-hmm.
As you do so, we see the remainders of the fire from Mila's pyre burning out. And the audience will see the skeleton of what was once a doppelganger with features of an illithid as it crumbles away in the wind from the becoming brittle as it was burned. And that's where we'll end the session.
Oh, wow. I can't believe we had a character death.
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. It was a lot packed into this one. Thank you, Dyto, for playing Mila. She was a spark of joy in this bleak landscape. And we're looking forward to your next character.
Are we level 3 yet?
You are all level 3 once you get a short rest. I mean, a long rest.
Oh.
Sorry. I keep mixing those rests up. Yeah, so once you have a long rest, you'll be level 3.
Let me sleep.
Yeah, Dyto will come in at level 3 with her new character. She might not be right away. We're going to find a good place to put her in so that it's fluid. Just so if you don't see Dyto next week, that's why. We're not kicking her off because she's dead. It's just we want to make this fluid.
Hi
story.
guys.
Bye, see you later. So, yeah, thank you all so much for joining us. We have a little extra time, so I'll shout everybody out once again. We have Grizlocke again playing Orlin. You can find him on YouTube and Twitch at Grizlocke, and also he runs this great channel with along with Equa. So check out all Swindler's Den socials, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, Patreon if you want to find the audio only versions of this so you can catch up when you're at work or out and about. Only $1 a month. Pretty great. I'm going to be hitting that up a lot more because my anime ends this week and I'll be sad. So I'll have stuff to listen to. We have Bumbleskum. You can find him at Bumbleskum on Twitter or Slimebasher on Twitter. I can never remember.
Bumbleskum.
Bumbleskum on Twitter. Sorry.
Yeah.
I can never remember that. You can find him over there. We have Dyto, who was playing Mila today. Unfortunately, she has passed. And took her secret with her, other than actual kind of knowing what's going on. You can find her at Dyto11 on Twitter.
Yes.
Yes, and also on her various other shows he's on. Both her and Grizlocke are on Amoris on Mondays here on this channel. And also, remind me of the name that's of your Friday show.
The channel is called Weave the Tale.
Be the Tale, another horror-centric. They do a much better job than I do at it over there. So go check that out on Fridays. We have TommieTaco, who you can find on Twitter at TommieTaco with a 4 instead of an A on Taco. Also, he has amazing art on Twitch, so go follow him there.
Can't
And
wait
we
to
have-
paint this bad boy.
Yeah, we got a Tarrasque to paint, and we have Dr. Phage, who is at Little Growth on Twitter. You can follow for all the hot takes over there. Who is playing Axel for us today. So thank you all so much for joining us. Are we raiding anybody tonight, or are we just going out?
That's a good question. Is there anybody on to raid?
I don't have anybody D&D centric on.
Oh, the Swindler's Den is on.
Swindler's Den. Let's
Raid
raid
them.
Swindler's Den. We go a little bit later, so it's harder to raid people sometimes, but be sure to keep your eye out for smaller channels. Give us some shouts as to who we should be raiding in the future that is around this time as well. Again, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.